So in the run-up to a budget, the Treasury deliberately tries to spin a story, and this isn't a bad thing, but it deliberately tries to spin a story about the budget preparations. And it's worth looking at it in detail because it gives us clues to what actually happening. So right now, the narrative is that the tax rises and budget decisions are aimed at three priorities. Number one, cutting waiting lists. Number two, cutting national debt. And number three, cutting the cost of living. So that to me, that if that's where we are, if that's the story they want to tell off the back of November the 26th, that's fascinating because first of all, they're saying that the NHS is a priority, hinting that it might get more money. That was the story in the Sunday Times yesterday. For my money, if this means cash for the NHS, does that really go on waiting list? Because the things that the NHS are asking for are redundancy payments for NHS workers and cover for strikes and the like. So that's that, and this is the public services that's got so much cash. If there's a big promise on the cost of living, that's so spendy. The cost of reducing taxes on energy, which is one of the rumours for the budget, maybe even doing something on food. Where is the cash coming from?
I think they're the right questions, Sam, but they are the wrong inverted commas ones in terms of what the government is keen to throw this narrative towards. The area people are happiest to see spending rising is, you guessed it, the NHS. It's also the place where Labour feels it can make most impact at the front line quickly in terms of appreciable differences to what people experience. Waiting lists, although they're rather horrible, big things that you have to really go out hard to bring down, once you allocate resource there, it actually happens quite quickly, whereas other things follow a lot more slowly in reforming the NHS. So what's the problem with that? Well, the problem is it sucks up a lot of the allotted funding from those first rounds of monies that were flowing to the NHS, that the government was saying, we're making this big difference because we're pushing money into the NHS. Very little of that, as I understand it, and this is to the frustration of a lot of people in the sector, particularly the more reform-minded, is going into these big sweeping technological and data improvements that they think the future of the NHS depends on. And there's big scepticism growing about this 10-year plan that Wes Streeting brought to the table.